Hi, Mailman! Okay, see you tomorrow.
All right. This is the Norfolk and Western J-Class, number 611 from ScaleTrains. So let's open the box here and take a look at what's inside. We've got a nice detailed manual to start off with. This details, everything you might need to know to get your engine started up, how to take the body off of the model, a little bit of prototype history as well, how to handle your model, which is good to know because there is a lot of detailing, cleaning and lubrication, DCC operation, how to update the address, and some of the meat and potatoes of what you get inside of it, some supercapacitors, the decoder, and the speakers, and what's in the tender. There's also some other details about, the functions. This is good for DCC, obviously. And just a little bit more about some of the basic programming and a little bit more advanced things as we get further along, and a sweet picture of 611. So once we take some more of this hard foam that came with the packaging, we can pull out the blocks of ice and we see our locomotive. So it almost slides out of the package on me. And then the tender. So not only do we get the tender in here, but as well we also get an extra set of drivers, some extra traction tires, and a little tool to install that set of drivers. Let's unbox the locomotive and the tender. This is, if you didn't know what a little bit of history on this model while I unbox it, this is the XMTH tooling. This used to be an MTH model. I will say a really nice one at that. There's lots of nice detailing on here, which I know that was also present on the MTH version, and some nice printing detailing, and some of those smudges are just my fingerprints, so I got those cleaned off. The model looks much better now. Tender was a little stiff, I won't lie. It didn't roll quite as well as I expected to. It was also very, very heavy. I feel like the tender was actually heavier than the locomotive itself. I haven't weighed that to check, but this is the locomotive itself, a beautiful 484 Northern. I'll do a quick 360 just in the hand here. Lots of nice detailing of pipework underneath the cab. Obviously, this is a streamlined locomotive, so there's not a whole lot of detailing on the outside of the boiler, but what is there is done very well. Now let's attempt to put the locomotive and the tender together. I struggled with this a little bit trying to do it on camera. Aligning the pins and getting the copper contacts to all slide in together proved to be pretty challenging. And I had to actually pick up the model and do that. And one time I did spill a bunch of smoke fluid out. So you just want to be careful about that. But eventually everything does go together. So this is the first test shot of it on the layout. It struggled a little bit first. I think the pickups needed breaking in probably from being bounced around on the post office for a week, because this package got sent to Indianapolis and got stuck in Indianapolis for like 4 days. But I really like the yellow tint to the headlight. Looks very good. And something that I'm not sure if it's accurate to the prototype or not, but the number boards use the same light as the headlight, and I don't think that's prototypical. I believe that these number boards would stay on no matter what direction the locomotive is moving and where the headlights are. So a little bit of a sacrifice there. It's not too bad. Start up some sounds on it. Seems like it chuffs a little bit. Oh, it's pretty good. I think once I got this broken in, it really came into its own. But you'll see here, it actually stops on the frog. I also need to double check the programming of the capacitor. I think there was some issues with that. So I just, wanted to show off what I found from the first, just throwing it on the tracks. It's a pretty smooth runner, though.
Well, that's
So I am quite impressed with this model. The smoke from the smoke unit is absolutely great. I like the way that they've programmed the smoke unit so that you actually turn it on with a function button instead of the other way around. A lot of manufacturers will make it so that it turns off with a function, press with the function key, whereas this one, you turn it on with the function key. So I've got some footage here. We're just going to watch it run around the layout a little bit, and I'll talk a little bit more about my thoughts on this model. So this is our first pretty highly detailed steam locomotive, die-cast. Bachmann technically did it with their Hudson, but this one uses a really good sound system, smoke, all that good stuff. So what my thoughts, ScaleTrains did an excellent job here, reusing the MTH tooling to get this beautiful locomotive. 611 is probably one of my favorite East Coast streamliners. Just, again, beautiful locomotives. Nice, classy paint scheme. And, it's also the first locomotive that I saw after getting back into trains in 2021. So there's also that. But yeah, this model is just, a really great representation. We'll see in a future clip all of the drivers. The axle centers are painted, and you can see that in other clips too, but I do a close-up shot of that. The front wheels and all of the back wheels and tender wheels are either covered up enough that you can't see them, or they are painted as well, which is something that Broadway Limited doesn't do. So good on ScaleTrains for getting that right. And overall, I think they did an excellent job with their first steam locomotive. Unfortunately, it's not in the budget for me to get the passenger cars, although ScaleTrains, if you're watching, I would definitely, review some for sampling, that kind of stuff. But, yeah, I'm sure they won't get in touch. But another detail that I like, and we'll see this as the rods go by, is that the center nuts on the wheels turn within the roller bearings, which is really cool. That's a really neat detail that is pretty accurate. That I've seen 611 in person, so I know that's kind of how it goes, and it just looks really good. And yes, I can see here that the trailing wheels on the trailing truck are painted as well as the tender wheels. So big step up in the standards of what we see in terms of steam locomotives, which I hope in turn means that with some competition, Broadway Limited, not just Broadway Limited, but other manufacturers also step up their game. Athearn is known for their plastic steam locomotives, but, a die cast is always better than plastic. So, with that said, I'll kind of leave the rest of this footage going, and I want to thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I know it's a departure from the norm of what I have on this channel, but this locomotive is super important, so I wanted to make sure that I put a video out about it, and also showing off the red-green class lights here. I really like those. And so without further ado, Thank you guys so much for watching, and let me know your thoughts on the Spirit of Roanoke. With that, leave a like if you like this video. Again, comment your thoughts, and I'll see you all in the next video. Goodbye.